Hey, so I just filmed this video and this was like a day with me vlog, but I realized that like that day with me part isn't part of the story time because I felt like the story time was too long. Y'all do not need to hear more of me than like you're already being subjected to because of me. But hello everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya and I'm so happy you're here. Welcome if you're new around here. I Feel Vlogs. So you just get ready with me, is a little bit of everything in between. So if you're into that, of course, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media because I post what I'm about to film, what I'm about to upload on there so you don't surprises. Follow, subscribe, say hey, hi, hello, how are you doing? Today, officially, because I'm also back on Tumblr, follow me, and I was like looking through my archives because there's just some embarrassing shit that I don't want being dug up if I like really like start being like a certified like content creator. So don't look at my shit, please, 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 please. I am officially 10 years of graduating high school. I'm old, age reveal. And with that, I've been thinking about this for the past 2 weeks. I want to do a video talking about like old story times, tea drama, etc. And I think I said this already in the video, but on top of it being 10 years, I'm not making this video to restart, rehash, revisit even like serious story time. So like if you went to my high school and you like know who I'm talking about, or if you're the person I'm talking about, I hope you're doing well, I hope you're thriving, I hope you're doing fabulous, I hope you're doing whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do, etc. Okay, we're all almost 30, or some of us are actually 30 right now, so there's really no need to. We have kids, houses, bills, debt, all of this, that, and the third, and we're all, well, maybe I feel like the majority of us are still in fucking America. Okay, so yes, enjoy, subscribe, like. Here's the video. We're gonna get ready together. This is kind of like a day with me, but kind of not really. Like I'm gonna split it. It's not gonna make sense until it's executed, but anyways, it is 8:58 or 9 on the clock. That's so fucking good. I'm gonna take a Midol, and it is June 4th, 2025. Which means in 2 days, or even probably tomorrow, it will be 10 motherfucking years since I graduated high school. I don't know how to process that. I want to try to do my hair in like a cutesy way. Kind of put like half up, half down with the braid, or maybe 2 braids in the back. I don't know where all my fucking hair ties go. I also like combed my hair out yesterday and it's back to being a fucking lion ass mess, just like my ex. But yeah, basically 10 years since high school, and I have some story times to tell. It has been 10 years, and I was talking to my friend, I was like, either I'm really traumatized, or 10 years, just a lot of shit happened those past 10 years. Literally when we hit the 5-year mark, we were in lockdown. We were in quarantine lockdown, and personal life and all that stuff. I've gone through a lot, so I was like, okay, maybe it's just that. But a little bit of backstory. I always joke that I went to 3 high schools, or I was in the system for 3 high schools. That's not a joke. I literally went to 3 different high schools. It's not my fault though. It's not my fault. So first high school was in my hometown. You know, there ain't a reason on this earth I go back to my hometown, only for Tim Hortons though. Okay, and the pizza place, they're in my old house. Well, it's never my old house. Anyways, I went to high school, and backstory, I was attacked in my 7th grade. People attacked me and went to my high school because how my town works, like it wasn't small, but it wasn't big. Like there was two public middle schools, I think 2 or maybe 1 big elementary school, but everybody, like if you went to the high school, you saw people who you didn't see since like 2006. Like it was insane. I went to the 2 public middle schools, and I got to high school or whatever, and people who attacked me ended up telling the one friend that I had that I was talking shit about her, that I called her this, that, and the third, like some like derogatory ass shit, and she believed it. She wanted to fight me, and she charged at me like a fucking linebacker. And because of her build, you know, she was a bit bigger, a bit taller, and I still didn't like discriminate because like, girl, I got fashion too, like, girl, we're all in this together. I knew that I was going to get hurt badly, so I called my mom and I was like, I can't believe that we're still going through this. And she was like, you're not going to that fucking school anymore. Like, fuck that, fuck that. So from September 20th, because oh my god, I'm such a lobotic. Sue me. It was around the time that Demi Lovato's album Unbroken came out, and I think it was like the next day where I was starting to chill at the crib. You know, I was bored in the house, where I started quarantine before quarantine, lockdown, all that shit was even a motherfucking thing. I'm the trendsetter. And yeah, I was online schooled, you know, technically, but not really. When I say I was online schooled, it means I would watch Texas Chainsaw, 2003 of course, at 6 o'clock in the morning, like, how was you cool? Do one fucking math equation, and then watch Glee. The fuck? Then, so my mom and I have always been planning to move to LA. I think it had been like 2 or 3 years in the making. Honestly, I'm just gonna do my hair like this. Because tomorrow's wash day. Is tomorrow wash day? It's literally Wednesday, bitch, what the fuck? So I'm gonna braid my hair. We, for like 2 or 3 years, were like, we're gonna move to LA, yada, 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 yada. And February 14, 2012, that motherfucker came true. We did the touristy bus, I think we did Starland. I really don't remember. It has been 13 years, so I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm right. We did the Starline tour, you know, where you go through celebrities' houses, which I feel like that is so illegal. Like, I don't know. I remember we went to Simon Cowell's house, and I was just like, no tea, no shade, but Simon Cowell. And of course, we went to Michael Jackson's house, and they're still doing like his house, because obviously, but they're still talking about his room and where he was. Well, I mean, did they find, I don't remember the situation. I just know the doctor, you know, he can catch these hands anytime, any day. I hope he's in hiding, because it's best for his safety, I fear. But they still talk about like where he was found, and I'm just like, why are you re-traumatizing people? Like, what? That was a traumatizing, like, that is the day, like, you remember where you were when you heard the news, saw the news, whatever the fuck. And because it was February 2012, it was right after the passing of another legend, Whitney Houston. And why, oh why the fuck did they pass by the Beverly Hilton and say, this is where Whitney Houston passed away? What is going on? That was my first and only time on a tourist bus. I do want to go on the Team Z bus, just for shits and giggles, you know, just for shits and giggles. So I officially started high school in Los Angeles in March of 2012, and I want to say it was on March 1st. The inner believer remembered that day like it was yesterday, okay? And my first lunch was chicken wings, and that's when I knew I was in the right motherfucking spot, okay? That's what I knew. I was like, I'm in the right motherfucking spot, yes! And this girl, I'm not gonna shame her, I'm not gonna bash her, because we were 14, 15 years old, you know. She cleaned on to me so fast, and she was like, oh my god, you're from Canada, because I guess people think there's only one Niagara Falls, this Niagara Falls, that's in Canada. There's 2 Niagara Falls, one in New York, one in Canada. I am from the New York side. I am not Canadian. I am not that fucking cool, you know. I wish, okay? I just got various bits and pieces of Canada, like CTV, Tim Hortons, you know. I went a few times, like, no big deal. This is why you don't comb your hair if you have curly hair. By the way, I just need the product to like really do what it has to do, okay? So I only went to high school during my freshman year for like 3 months. Maybe 3 months and some change, but literally March 1st, 2012 to like June 20-something, 2012. And you know, why did I get in a fight my last week? I don't remember what the situation was. Me and the girl like actually ended up like just being cool during our junior year, but like what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Also, my freshman year I ended up meeting Edwin, and we have been best friends since. And honestly, I appreciate him, okay? 10th grade. There was this boy that I liked, you know. He came in during our 2nd semester. Everybody knew him, because one thing to note about my high school, even though it was divided. If they all went to middle school together, like they were still friends, which I honestly fucked with, and I'm like, should I have moved to LA during my middle school year? Yes, the fuck you should have. Like, you ask one person from either one of my 2 high schools what we went to, and they say this one middle school, or like maybe the 2 middle schools, like one was like a private school, I don't know, but nonetheless there's like 2 major middle schools that everybody went to, and then they flocked to the high schools down the street. So there's that. And you know, everybody knew him, and I was like, oh my god, who is that? He's so cute. We had geometry together. I would help him out, even though math, fuck math, okay? I hate math. If you're in high school right now, you're not gonna use the Pythagorean theorem, y plus a b, 4, whatever the fuck. You're not gonna use that, okay? I'm an adult. I've been an adult for almost the past 10 years, and I can tell you right fucking now, you're not gonna use the Pythagorean theorem unless you're in a field that like needs that shit. You're not gonna use that shit. Wow, my forehead is big. Anyways, so he ends up leaving like a month after, like, but I am down bad blues for this boy. I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. Like, girl, stand the fuck up. You don't even know this boy. Also, my 10th grade year, I got into another motherfucking fight. Again, not my fault. If I remember this backstory correctly, I think this is what happened. There was another girl who I was cool with my freshman year. Like, we always sat next to each other. She was cool, she was funny, yada, yada, yada. She started dating this guy, and I think she thought that I liked him or he liked me, whatever, so we got in a fight. This motherfucking day, it was like February something, and Demi Lovato, y'all know I'm a Lovatic, you know, I love me some Demi Lovato loops, okay? Don't ever play about me and her, okay? She had a performance at the Grove, and at this point I had never seen Demi live, and it was free, so my mom was like, I'm gonna pick you up from school, we're gonna go, you're gonna see Demi, you're gonna have such a good time. I ended up not seeing Demi until a while later, because this girl, relieving gym, whatever the fuck, I was gonna do my hair in a braid, but I feel like that's just kind of doing too much. I feel like this is plain Jane. Anyways, so we're leaving gym or whatever, and she pulls my fucking hair. What the fuck? So I had my key like lanyard wrapped around my hand, and pro tip, if anyone tries to like hit you, grab you, whatever, make sure you have that motherfucker wrapped up once, maybe even twice, and have a bunch of stuff around it just in case. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up, don't get in a fight in high school if you're still in high school, first of all. And I ended up just going ham on her face and not seeing Demi for free. It's okay, I ended up seeing Demi for free and for a fee a bunch of times later on, but still that pissed me the fuck off. Now we get on, I'm not gonna wear too much makeup, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a cute little beat. We get on to my junior year, and when I tell you, like instantly, like maybe a month into my junior year, it felt like a 20v1. I felt how Drake felt last year, where he was like, why is everybody, I mean, I think they had a reason. I don't know what these people, I don't know what the problem was with me. I was just like, I thought this was a classy party. So there was this one person who started this hate train, and everybody kind of followed along like, choo choo. He basically tweeted a photo of me and was like, how could something this ugly be so confident, or something along those lines. And I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. And then someone else followed along. It was weird because like the person who started it, we're gonna call him John. I was acquaintances with John. We had mutual friends, classmates, acquaintances, whatever. But I don't think we ever really had like a solid conversation. If we did, it was like one or two in passing. Like I was cool. Like in high school, I really wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to keep the peace because I had been bullied from 4th grade to 9th grade, and I was just like, I don't want to go through that again. Like that fucking sucked. Okay. But yeah, he started the hate train, and someone else followed, and it was that the second person hurt because I was like, we've been like friendly more, but like, what the fuck is your problem? Like that sucked, right? And then I'm like talking to Edwin, I'm like, bro, like I think I'm actually gonna leave the school because I don't understand all this hate. I did nothing to John or to the other person. Like there was kind of like, there were two people who, a lot of people, maybe like 3 or 4, that people were like, oh, you should date this person or like whatever, and I didn't know them, okay? And I'm 16 years old. I'm not focused on dating. I'm focused on Ariana Grande's next drop. Like like I don't care about these boys. Like, yeah, they're cute, but like I'm listening to Baby I, okay? I don't give a fuck. All right. So then there was another boy was on the basketball team, and I just know that people from my high school are going to be like, listen, I'm not saying this to bring up old beef or old drama. This is just a silly little fucking story time because it's been 10 years since the majority of us graduated high school. One basketball person who everybody loved, you know, he didn't love me, and I was just like, okay, I didn't do anything to you, but fuck me, I guess. And it was crazy because we were like the only, I think there was like 5 black kids in total, but like we were the 2 black kids in like our junior year together. And I'm just like, damn bro, like we're in this together. Not saying that if you're a certain race or like you have mutual race or something that means you automatically have to be friends, because my best friends are not black. They're Hispanic and white. Like, but still, like, what the fuck did I do to you? So he would just always poke at me and like pick at me, whatever. So I one day decided to call him Megamind. If you don't know who or what Megamind is, it's this character from I don't know what movie, but it was out or around during my high school years, and I just went with it because fuck you. Like, not now obviously, but back then I was like, you can get off my dick. And one day in like English class, because of course we have fucking class together, of course I have class with people who fucking hate me. One day we just really got into it, and I was just like, I don't know what was happening, but I remember I came home and my mom was home already, and I was just like, I'm going to bed. Good night. Like, it's 4:30 p.m. Just go on Tumblr, diva. Now this is the last situation that I have from 11th grade that I'm going to talk about. And oh my god, I don't even think the person knows that this is what actually happened. So there's another person on the basketball team, fucking hated me. Again, don't know why, don't know what the fuck his problem was, right? And you know, there was one day where we were like in like this area where it was like the locker rooms and the bathrooms and like pool, because we had a pool. We had pool outside, gym outside, and lunch. Clock that tea, okay? Okay, like I was getting sumper all eating fucking pupusas. Like I was living life like it's content, okay? I was fucking fabulous. And he threw something at me or put something on me. I don't remember what it was, but I got so infuriated. This doesn't make me look good. I was 16, okay? Don't at me. I was 16 years old and I was fed the fuck up. Like, I knew that this was my last year at the school, because I just knew that come senior year, oh, I was going to throw hands at people for pissing me the fuck off and fucking with me these past 2 years. So I had this empty water bottle. Maybe it wasn't empty and I just like emptied it out in the girls' bathroom. Quickly go into the girls' bathroom, and with ease and with caution, because number one, I am a germaphobe kind of. Not like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory type of germaphobe, but oh, in the girls' bathroom, what was happening? Like, I know we were all young and we have all these things happening in our bodies, but why the fuck did it smell like that every day? What was going on? I squeezed the water bottle in the toilet bowl, got water from the toilet bowl, and flung it at him. Got the camera. Again, not my best moment. That doesn't make me look good, and I truly do apologize if anything happened, but don't fuck with me if I did nothing to you. Like, just don't follow a hate train. Then again, we're all like 16, 17, our brains aren't fully developed, and men take forever to fully develop anyway, so maybe that was it. I don't know. I don't even know like where these people are these days. Hopefully they're doing well in whatever the fuck they're doing, where the fuck they are in the world, whatever, yada yada yada. We go on to 12th grade. A little bit of backstory. So the school I ended up going to for my senior year was the school I initially wanted to go to, but there was no more room because it focuses more on like theater, drama, film, whatever, and that's why I moved to LA in the first fucking place. But I ended up meeting somebody who I kind of like, you know. We had a little something going on, but it was very on and off. It was like kind of toxic too. Like, what was our problem? We're teenagers, that's what our problem is, right? But he was like, I'm not going to the school after this year, like yada yada yada. So I'm like, A, I I hate the school I'm in. B, I hate you, but I love the school. And you're not gonna be there? Yeah, buddy, let's go. So, and transferring to this school, and it's upstairs from all my ops, if you will, but I'm like, I don't see y'all. I don't need to hear y'all. Again, I'm living life like Scoden, living my life like Scoden. I'm good. Go upstairs, get my schedule from the office, and who do I see? I see Bert. The fuck? Bert. I see Bert. And I'm just like, you have gotta be fucking kidding me. And on top of that, we have 2 classes together, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even 3. Maybe 2. I remember it being 2. And one class are sitting next to each other, like assigned seating. And I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. Fresh start, fresh school, senior year. And we kind of just pretended as if we didn't know each other, or just like starting off new, because I hadn't seen this person in like, I think a month before the school year. I don't really know. So we were cool. We were acquaintances. We weren't like, you know, we weren't like fooling around like we used to. I didn't sleep with him, by the way, like during this time, by the way. Remember that. You know, we're just like fooling around. We have a little something going on, whatever. And at one point, we kind of like went back to where we were a few months ago, like all over each other, like mwah, 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 mwah. But keynote at this point, summer 2014, I know that I'm not in a good headspace mentally, because at this point it's the SATs, it's college applications, and because I also wasn't in a good headspace during my 10th grade year, my grades weren't the best. Okay, I wish I could go back to my time. It's the better days, whatever that lyric from 21 Pilots is, whatever. But I was like, okay, like I know I'm not going to go to like a USC or UCLA plus, like my mom was a single mom, so I was like, I'm not gonna put that pressure on her to just fork up $80,000 for my bitch ass. Like, what the fuck? But I had a lot of anxiety. I didn't take the SATs. I took the PSATs, but again, I know that I'm not going to like, I've always known this. I'm not going to go to like a USC, UCLA, a fucking Irvine, whatever. I just knew that. I ended up going to college after a gap year, but I just wasn't in a good headspace, and that led to me taking a little field trip, you know, where the souvenirs, grippy socks. I can laugh about it now, okay? But this person, Bert, is like, he wants to, you know, and I'm like, no, get the fuck off me. Now, a month later, it's January 2015, and I'm currently wrapped up kind of with this other person who I liked last year. We're gonna call him Peter. And Peter and I, like, we didn't have like a thing. I think he knew I liked him last year, like January, the junior, whatever. But nothing happened from it because he was a senior, so he actually graduated high school. I was upset about it, womp, 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 and then I moved on, life is good and whatever. I think it was his birthday, and I ended up reaching out to him. We were gonna hang out, whatever. Now, on this lovely day in January 2015, I had 2 free periods my entire senior year. Don't know how that happened, but my first like free period was being a TA, a teacher's assistant. When I tell you, if I didn't have anything to do, I was just watching Limited by Hollywood. Ghetto. Ghetto as fuck. But one day, I'm passing out like the assignment or something to my classmates, my peers, if you will. And one of my peers tells me, hey, what do I call him? Bert. Bert is going around school saying that you guys slept together. Not just hooked up, not just made out, which is what actually happened. Oops. No, that you guys full on slept together. What? Excuse me? Now, mind you, I am the new girl at the school. I only knew like 3 people outside of Bert. And either way, you don't want the sweet little unforgettable thing accusations on your name at all. Like any school, any situation, whatever, you don't want that accusation because it's not a good rumor to have on your name, right? So I'm like, oh, is something wrong with that? You begged me. Like, I don't want it to be so fucking petty. And I was in lunch with my acquaintances, this group of people who I wanted so badly to like me. I don't think they like me. I think they just pitied me because I didn't know anybody, you know? And I'm like, hold me back, you know, pull me back. I'm ready to pop this motherfucker up. Shut the fuck up, dumb bitch, okay? Don't hit people. Don't cause fights. Okay, but I see him walking as if he didn't just try to ruin my fucking high school reputation. So I go up to him, I'm like, so we slept together? I swing at him once and I miss. I'm 5'1", this bitch is 5'8", okay? So I swing and miss 2 times. But the 3rd time, I got that motherfucker right in the middle of his eyebrows and I felt proud. Now, when I went up to him initially, I wasn't trying to hit him because again, I liked him, I felt things for him, but it's like, you're not just gonna tell people who I barely knew for the past like 4 months that we slept together, because my mental health, again, wasn't the best, okay? So I swing at him, and there was combined schools on my campus, so a principal or counselor from another school sees what's happened. He like pulls me away, he's like, what did you just do? What school do you go to? Yada, yada, yada. He pulls me to my counselor, and my counselor is gagged because she's just like, you told me you were fighting demons last month, now you're fighting your classmate? What the fuck is going on? Then I had to go to the police. Now let me backtrack really fast. I went to school in America, okay? And we all know what happens in schools in America. It just be places like whatever. So we had like this little police hub on my campus. So I didn't actually go to a police station. I just went to the police hub, and they're like, all right, girl, what happened? Why did you hit him? Tell us the tea. And I told him everything. I told him our history, our lore, our tea, whatever. And I feel like there's people who you don't like to. The cops, your therapist, counselors, and your doctors, okay? So I was just like, you know what? I don't want to go to class anyways, because I think I had class with him. And I was like, yeah, so we met last year, and this happened, whatever. And they're like, so it is self-defense, but he didn't hit you. But we get why you did that, but you shouldn't do that. But we're not gonna like arrest you or anything, because I'm 17, this person was like 19, like they were already legal adult. I was a minor, so like you shouldn't say that you slept with a minor, because in California that's kind of illegal. But they were like, you do have to suffer something. We're gonna give you 3 days of community service. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care, because it was just community service on our campus. I could try to clean up after my fucking messy ass peers, and I was like, okay, whatever, I don't care. Me and that person ended up kind of not making up, but like it's cool. Like if I see them on the street, it's not anything bad. Like I hope they're living life like it's golden, whatever. Like I don't really care. Like neither do my friends. Like girl, that happened 10 years ago. But people from my high school, they learned their lesson, because word got out to everybody else I went to school with back in like my 9th, 10th, and junior year. And when people like kind of see me or like talk to me, or like people I haven't seen in a while, they're like, I just remember you went up to him and boom, pow, bam. And I'm like, okay, why am I known for socking someone in the face? I mean, granted, it happened last year at high school, but still, you know, I did some others. I really didn't do anything else in high school, minus again fight my fucking demons. But yeah, that was my 10th grade year or 12th grade year. That's my history, that's my lore. Congratulations to the class from 25. So sorry you're graduating during a very interesting time, but you know, I hope you're enjoying the last summer for you to become an adult. So that's for my high school and college people out there. You did a good thing, and I hope you continue. Congratulations. I have to get ready and out the door, but I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below your craziest high school story times, and I'll see you next one. But until then, stay strong, stay safe, YOLO, drink your water, put on your sunscreen. Mwah. See you next time.